I was just showing him the on my desk. I keep a SIG on the desk. I don't know how inappropriate that is, but he's been looking at buying a pistol. So I basically, and next to where his coffee was, you guys can't see the top of the desk, but there's a couple of magazines where I have just to. Oh, that is weird to do. Just that way, there's actually an assault rifle hanging on the wall, and directly above that, there's a shotgun with a 50-round drum in it. So he's got two magazines sitting in front of him. I guess we'll let's take a second and let we have 0 viewers right now. Let's let some viewers build up.
Yeah, I'm gonna share. It's gonna be on Facebook too, right?
Yeah.
I'll share that. So are we gonna?
Yeah. Oh, we got one.
Are we taking a call or what?
Oh yeah. Let's all right. Hey, stick with us. This is obviously just a completely fun thing right here. This is not our normal like businessy content, but we're having fun with it. So let's go. I mean, Joe Rogan gets to smoke blunts with Elon Musk. You know, I should be able to do cool stuff. Let's do it with your call. Let's call someone. You said your friends would be like super gnarly to call. Is it too late to call someone?
Let me make a couple texts real quick and see if anybody's up.
Wouldn't it be better just to put them on point though? Like, hey, you're on a podcast. How about the dude that
who
podcast?
will I trust?
How about the dude? Who cares if you trust him? This is
Nate,
I named it Sloppy Seconds with Chris Theriault.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Right,
so find the Roadcaster. It's just like a Bluetooth headset. So FYI guys, we're going to call one of his buddies from his hometown. So let's shout out the podcast. Your buddy that has the podcast. It was what was it called? It's on
Completely Normal.
Completely Normal,
yeah.
And that was SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud, and I think it's distributed, so it's gonna be on, I believe, iTunes too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it seems solid.
Yeah,
seemed like a really solid podcast.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm basically addicted to podcasts. I would rather listen to podcasts than like music or anything like that. I mean,
I'm not seeing the Roadcaster here.
What? It's on. I wonder if let me make sure that I'm not paired to it. There you go. Check it now. So we're going to pair his phone to.
All right, here we go.
All right, you're hooked up. Oh, yep, it says you're connected. All right, so
let's see.
So we're actually going to call one of his buddies. Are we going to call the dude that did the podcast? Are we going to like?
I don't have it. This is a new phone. I don't have his number in that phone.
Hear him. Call me.
Yeah, I'll call you first.
Let's because we need to make sure that we'll actually hear him.
All right, test run.
Yeah, test run.
Oh wait, let me share this on Facebook real quick.
Okay, he's gonna share it on Facebook real quick. Yeah. Oh, and we are back. We got a couple guys following us already.
Nice.
Yeah. Dopage. So he's sharing it on his Facebook just to get his get a little bit of a follow.
Test call you?
Yeah, test call me. Let's just make sure that you can actually hear it. I'm just gonna reject it, and if you can hear it on your side.
Yeah, it says going through a Roadcaster. So.
My thing is the volume. I don't know that we're gonna hear.
I'm sorry.
So like right
but
now.
the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Yeah, so they hear you calling my voicemail right now, but we don't hear that side. Oh man, we need headphones, bro.
You think that would be how we do that?
Oh, sorry guys, we're not going to be able to do that.
No.
He said he could hear the ringing.
Yeah. So look for the level on the phone calls channel would be.
They could hear the ringing. The issue is when we call him, we're not going to hear anything he said. They're going to hear him, but we're not going to hear him.
Okay, so then so
we would have to have an output from the
That's
the Roadcaster.
weird though, because
like right now, if we had headphones,
that is an input on its own channel. This is an input, and
we also
I see
don't
what you're
hear
saying.
these.
We don't hear. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we don't.
That just alluded.
So FYI, guys, when it comes to like a board and stuff like this, when you see people that have the headphones in or they have in ears, It's like we don't hear the mic right now. So early on, when I was asking like how the volume and sound and everything was, it was basically because we didn't hear this. So next step is I'm gonna have to buy 2 sets of Sennheiser headphones. Because if you're gonna get headphones,
I gotta see what I have. I might have either AKG or Sennheiser. One of the two.
Isn't AKG owned by Samsung?
I don't know. They make good quality stuff though, for the most part.
I think it's
not like top tier, but
I think it's a sub company of Samsung.
Maybe.
I think it is.
I used to have a kick drum mic from AKG, and it was super solid. I loved it when I played drums. I mean, I still play drums. I just don't have drums at the moment. So
tell the story about the bangers, bro. Getting banged out.
All right.
Getting banged out. All right, let's do it.
So I'm in a group for tattooers. Some of you watching might know which
an
group
unnamed
I'm
group.
about. Yeah, it's an elite group of gentlemen. And
but it's not called elite.
No, I might have to slip up. Good
okay.
choice. Yeah, good try though. But so I'm in that group, and let's say if you're like vacationing, you could post in there like, hey, who is hosting guest spots or whatever here and there. And most every tattooer on at least the East Coast, and then I think that there's some West Coast too, and all over now really, but like it started out, I think, just East Coast. You could get a guest spot really easy. So on the same front, if you were just trying to get tattooed, like if you weren't trying to tattoo, you were just like, hey, I just want to get a piece, I'm on vacation, whatever, you could post on there. This is the same group that we all shit post in. We post memes all day long in that thing and just like roast each other. All in good fun and love, though. But this lady tattooer commented, she made a post, and she was like, hey, I'm in, I think it was Colorado. Who has time? Me and my husband are trying to get banged out. and I was like, what? I was like, did she post in the wrong group on accident? And then I went to go refresh it because I was going to comment and be like, what? And there was already like 30 comments at that point when I refreshed it. And the very first comment was, pretty sure you're in the wrong group, player. But what she meant was her and her husband both wanted to get tattoos of the smaller, quick variety, a.k.a. bangers, little bangers. And I guess she'd always called it getting banged out, and I don't know.
Oh my god!
The whole time I was like, "What the fuck?" I felt weird. Like, I probably even turned off notifications for that post because I just didn't want to see it anymore.
I wish that I could have. I wish I could have worked at the shop that she eventually went at. I would have totally clickbaited the shit out of that tattoo. I would have been like, like Molly and her husband getting banged out of the tattoo shop. Yeah, and a lot of tattoo artists can be some unsavory characters in certain areas. So just think about like if it was one of those shops,
I mean, there were some comments on there that were like, so like, what are we talking here? And because nobody knew what was meant by the OP, the original poster. We just didn't know.
They just wanted to get banged out, bro.
Yeah, and it didn't. It was pretty recently too.
I wonder if they got banged out. You think
they ended up getting tattooed? Yes. They received bangers. Yes.
They received the bangers. Probably a slice of pizza.
Whatever.
You're never gonna forgive me for the pizza thing, are you?
No, I actually thank you because I really want to tattoo pizza on someone. Like, I shit you not. I think I drew that design in 2014.
Wow.
Maybe 2015, but it's been like that long. I just haven't found. So I also have. I just posted on my Instagram story today. T-bone steak wearing a thong with some money in it.
Oh,
pretty saucy design. That honestly would give you a raise at work. So if you were trying to get that full color, hit me up. That's all I'm saying. We could even do black and gray. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I need to see. I wonder if they're. I was just thinking I have some headphones in there. They're all 1/4-inch jacks.
I have I'll I'll have to make sure that I still have the adapter, but the adapters are super cheap at like Guitar Center and stuff too. But I might have one.
Oh, yeah. So I'm looking. If anyone has any suggestions on headphones, I am personally a Sennheiser fan. I was thinking about getting the Momentum 3s.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
Those are
dude,
some
all of
serious
everything,
technology.
everything here so far has been, just kind of. I've really tried to get the better of things. Like I really want to.
I think I paid like $130 for mine, and I was like, because I just do pre-production for my music stuff, and then when I get it ready, I go to a studio and let the engineer work.
Hey, bro, so this is separate from the tattoo thing. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead. You want to talk about the music?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Go for it, dude. So how do I don't want to say as a side note or like because that I feel like it
Well, it's not my main income right now. It is an income, and it's something I'm working on. But
I don't want to devalue the music, though.
no, I'm not sensitive like that.
Yeah,
You know what
let's
I mean?
go
Like,
for it, yeah.
It's not my full force, like main thing right now. Tattooing definitely is full on, full time for me. But in my off time, I do make music under the name Rot. And at midnight, I will have a new song come out. It's called Valhalla. And I don't know if how soon. Usually, whenever I set up my release, I set it up for at least 2 weeks, and typically it all drops at the same time. Sometimes not quite. It might take like a couple hours, but
What would be the if someone were going to go on YouTube and look for your music, what would be the best thing to type in? Because they can type in rot, but rot is going to be a really vague term on YouTube.
yeah. There's also so with the way the distribution is too. They put me for my YouTube artist page as I'm on the same channel as a like a metal band called Rot, but they were kind of cool too. So I was like, whatever.
You just kind of
So
took
they
it.
just have
like,
one
all right.
random little like my genre song.
Okay.
I would say you could search Rot Hermosa. That's like the bigger of the songs. Not so much on YouTube, but like on Spotify and stuff like that. Spotify alone, I think I recently just passed 38,000 streams on that one. And then cross platforms, it was, I think, either at 50 or past 50,000 streams. So
I'm pulling it up so we can.
pretty big.
I'm actually gonna comment the
Oh yeah,
the link
appreciate that.
so that
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it without actually playing the song because I don't know that we. So considering that we're not monetized yet, I don't think that they'll pull us.
No, you can play it. What it will do is hit you with a content ID, which just means that I've monetized for my
But it would be this specific video,
3. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Let's
only that one, not your
So
whole channel.
there's-
That'd be funny if I just pirated.
So there's
the
10
whole
of you
thing.
guys here. Let's play. Is Hermosa? If you were gonna play a song, would Hermosa be the song you would play?
I think it's gotten the most reaction. You know?
Okay.
So yeah,
I don't see the stream count on here.
yeah. If you click the artist name, Rot,
Yep.
it'll pop up.
Oh yeah, because they'll be down
Yeah.
39,801.
Yeah, so cross-platform now I'm probably over 50 then because I know I last time I checked
share.
Apple Music had 13,000 streams or something like that.
I'm actually going over to Facebook right now. I'm going
I appreciate
to.
it.
What the heck is that? Cool. Oh,
Butthole.com.
thanks, Jeff. He sent us a message. Great audio levels and better lighting. Yeah,
Nice.
actually, he gave me the. He told me he's like, you need better lights. I bought a light, and what you guys don't see, it's almost funny. The light was too harsh. We actually wrapped toilet paper around the light to
Yeah,
create a softbox.
We diffused it. Yep.
Which is nuts because like everything in here is super expensive and overpriced, and
Some things don't need to be.
the easiest, like most effective, quick fix was toilet paper around the light. And I was like, well,
And if you need it, like, so the whole thing about diffusing the light is to keep the glare down. So if you still have glare after you've wrapped twice with your toilet paper,
Yeah.
wrap again, whatever, you know.
oh yeah,
Or like I see how it is right now. There's 2 and then 1. So I mean, you know,
paste. All right, I just
Softbox, it
I
works.
just posted the Spotify link. So if you guys want to check out the Spotify link, if you don't have Spotify, I'm gonna post the YouTube link. Do you have one of those? Was it is like Solo IO? I hope I didn't just give them a free plug. Those bastards. They should pay me for that.
Solo.io. So I will say that those 3 songs that are live right now, it's Hermosa,
Matthew
Coastal.
Parker? What up
Yeah,
from
man.
Pensacola?
What up, Matt? Hell
Sweet.
yeah. He's a great
Awesome.
dude.
Tell me about Matt. What's up with Matt? He's a great dude.
So
Is that a friend from Pensacola?
yeah, man.
Dope.
Started out as a client and just great dude all around.
Right on.
We did a really big
Yeah,
project.
he's
on him.
we're not friends, so he obviously followed from you. Awesome. Hey, thanks for the follow, Matt. I just sent you a friend request. Big ups to Matthew Parker.
Yeah, he came in to set up for a sleeve. He knew me through a mutual friend, and he was super dedicated. Like, a lot happened during the process of this sleeve. We had a pandemic. Just all sorts of stuff during the year, some personal stuff between, on my end, and then he had some stuff happen, but we still finished the sleeve before I moved, and that's awesome. Like, I couldn't ask for a better client. That's like definitely one of the better things about tattooing is you get to meet a whole bunch of cool people.
Right on. I'm gonna run our mic volume down. We'll still be able to like commentate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna play Hermosa. I mean, might as well. I mean, we're just messing around, right?
Yeah, appreciate it.
I see that we have.
So it's playing your
What? Let's see.
Yep, there you go.
All right. Anyone, if you could give me just an affirmative that we are. Oh. Anyone? Everyone hear that?
So this is me, and then also my friend Michael from high school.
Hey, just want to check. Everyone hears that as far as the actual music goes? Too low? All right, I'll turn it up a little bit. Sorry, I'm going to start over, and I'll just run back to the beginning. All right, we're going to back our volume down.
The girl singing backgrounds is one of my clients.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, sucks. So they can't hear the music in the podcast. I don't know if it's
That's cool.
I don't know if it's blocked or not. That sucks.
It could be. It could also be something with the inputs, maybe. So like I know one. If you're using your sound card for one thing, sometimes switching it over is like a little weird thing.
Yeah, it would probably sound like trash if we played it over the mics. You think?
You might get an echo or like a loop. I would think. Well, no, if we're not listening to it live, I guess not.
Let's give it a shot. Does that sound like trash, guys?
Singing a cappella.
trust me, then you shot me. Yeah, this happens often, acting out of pocket when you're yapping, coughing, softening the sound of silence in between the vomit. Stop. Dark hair, brown eyes, fell in love with your damn lies. Telling me all your problems. Dark hair, brown eyes, fell in love with your damn lies. Telling me all your problems. If you're so in love with those drugs, then the man for you isn't breathing. I gave so much to this love to be taken away in an evening. It's 3 o'clock, ain't no sleeping. Who knows what I would be dreaming? Got me fucking around the last weekend. Till the very last time I thought you were mine. Dark hair, she had brown eyes. When you know the time is up, say goodnight. Cause even though you be sleeping right, I'm wide awake, I've been drinking right. To the one that I would be leaving tonight. When the morning comes, we'd be seeing you, nope. Lost cause without a lost time. To find a girl without a future of the past, that's a present life. Dark hair, brown eyes, fell in love with your damn lies. Telling me all your problems. Dark hair, brown eyes, fell in love with your damn lies. Telling me all your problems. Dark hair, brown eyes, fell in love with your damn lies. Telling me all your problems. Dark hair, brown eyes, fell in love with your damn lies. Telling me all your problems.
Right on. All right, we're a little hot, so let me run these down a little bit. All right. So, having friends that are in music, I know that sometimes songs are just like really good ideas. You write them down, spit them out. A lot of the times you'll have like someone that writes a song or something, and then you'll, you know, kind of take it and run with it, or ghostwriter is a really crappy term because in the music industry, all right, so good example, great example. Okay, Luke Combs right now is like the top of country music. Okay?
I've heard that name a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're in South Carolina. There's a lot of country here, and you're in Monk's Corner, not to mention.
Yeah.
So,
Monk's Corner.
so Luke Combs is amazing. I take nothing from this guy. He doesn't write every song he does, but no one's out there like, oh, Luke Combs got a ghostwriter. But if you're a rapper and someone writes a song for you, like, what is that, bro?
So that is because within that genre, you have pride in I made this shit. This is all me. I'm talking my own shit, and I feel it. And that's you're way more cocky within that genre. Sometimes that genre, I don't fall in that. I don't know where I fall. Like, I mean, y'all heard that one. The new one is kind of like that, but
Jeremy's gonna like it.
The
name Valhalla.
Yeah,
He's gonna like that.
So the new one, I named it Valhalla. So I had, before I left Florida, I had written and recorded a song that I pretty much wrote the day before the studio. I had the beat. My producer is out of Russia for that one. He goes by Angst, and he's a great dude. He sent me that over, and I had already pretty much had like an idea for the hook, because just from driving down the road to and from work, I was like, I had it in my head, like the pattern I wanted. I did most of my writing in the studio and then recorded it. It came out without it was an hour maybe, like without any kind of hesitation. It just went so smoothly. And I was like, damn, that was pretty cool. It's a little bit different style from what I'm used to. And I had no clue that the lyrics were going to be so true to like what was going to happen in my life later. So I fast forward a little bit. We pack up the apartment. We head up to South Carolina here. We get all of our stuff moved in, and then literally I just met Jordan, hadn't met you yet, and instantly I get the call. I was getting the key to the shop, and I get a call, and my dad had a heart attack, and so I was like, what? My whole world stopped, and because I was like, my parents are both invincible. You know what I mean? Like that that can't happen to my parents. And I freaked out, and then I had to go into like a different mode. I was like, all right, I gotta handle shit. He must have been driving, so he must have been hauling a load for someone. So I need to get that load handled. So I figured out who he was. I more so guessed who he was hauling for. It was a lady that he had hauled for a lot, even when I was driving with him. I got all that handled. We immediately, my girlfriend and I, hopped on a plane and went to Valhalla, New York, which is where the medical center that he got transported to was at. We went through all that stuff. We stayed in New York for about a week, and whenever I came back, I was like starting to calm down a little bit. My dad was doing much better. He's doing way better right now, which is awesome. But he was doing much better, and I was like, I need to put this song out. I kind of like forgot about it. I mean, rightfully so. Way more important things happen. But I was going to set up the release, and like whenever I do like distribution, I have to be very detailed in who was a part of it. Anything like whenever you upload a video, you want all the data to be correct so it can be searched easily, you know? So I got to thinking about it, and I was uploading my lyrics, and I was like, what? It's almost like kind of describing my dad, you know? Like just like living a fast life, but just always going. Always like, if you fall down, you got to get back up real quick, get back to the money, you know what I mean? Like life doesn't stop because you are ready to or whatever, you know? And it just rang so true because in the hospital, my dad was like, well, whenever I came in there, like he was like super surprised to see me. He was like, Chris, you came. And he like tried to pull his oxygen out. I was like, bro, like calm down. Yeah, of course I came. And he was like, after we talked for a little bit, he was like, I need to handle my load. And I was like, I already got it handled for you. And he was like, what? And he was like so happy. And I was like, you just went through a life-changing experience and you were still worried about, you know, handling your business. Like it's just a testament to the kind of guy that he is. He will get shit done, see it through to the end. And it's crazy that without even knowing, I wrote a song about him essentially, you know, because I had been trying to for a long time.
You think your dad might be watching this?
He could be.
That would be dope.
Yeah, he could
I
be. His
wonder
name
if
is
we
Steve
can-
Theriault. Yeah, I don't know if he would be on the YouTube chat, but Facebook he might, unless he's sleeping. He's living on his boat right now. He's just kind of kicking back, relaxing.
That's crazy.
He's on his way to retirement.
I lost my dad a couple years ago, so when you had told me that something was going on with your dad, it really hit home for me.
Yeah.
So my dad,
That's rough.
he was a carpenter.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because he had beat cancer a couple times.
Yeah,
The last time, man, it really
wild.
it took a lot out of him. But he was at work, and the most that I can understand is that he I think at work he had actually had a small stroke.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know that was ever actually confirmed that he had a small stroke, but he had actually went into so he worked with my uncle and cousin. I'm not sure which one of them. I think one of them called the ambulance. The ambulance picks him up, takes him, and he goes to a hospital. And when he goes to the hospital, he's not completely coherent.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when someone goes to the hospital, some of the questions they're asking is about insurance and things like that.
Yeah.
Well, my dad, because he had cancer a couple times, he had Social Security. When you have Social Security, you have, I don't know, it was Medicare, Medicaid, whatever.
You
but
covered though.
You have an insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a medical coverage. It showed on his medical records after he passed. Another family member of mine who is in the medical field looked at the records and noticed that it showed that he didn't have coverage. So he's in a hospital, and it showed that he didn't have coverage. So it almost leads you to assume that they might not have done as much testing as they could have.
It's crazy because whenever I was up there, they were asking me a bunch of questions that I wasn't prepared for mentally already, you know. But given the situation, they were like, "Are you?" I think the term is proxy.
Yep.
Are you going to be his proxy? And I was like,
Yep.
I knew what that meant, but I was like,
That is a
"Excuse me?"
lot to take in,
Dude. Yeah, I signed the paperwork.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like that.
Like the power of attorney type paperwork.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
this isn't. I'm not ready for it, you know?
Yeah.
And they were also asking, you know, does he have insurance and stuff? And I got to thinking, I was like, what if he didn't? Would you just stop trying? Like, what happens, you know, like.
So in my dad's case, they had not, even though he had symptoms that could lead, you know, that could have said he had a stroke,
Yeah.
and like I've spoken to several people who are medical professionals that said, yeah, like they probably should have tested him for that.
Yeah.
He was not tested for a stroke initially. They treated him for vomiting and heat exhaustion. So
Yeah.
he calls me. So he ends up being coherent. Everything's good. Which if you have a small stroke, you can come out of it relatively fast and be pretty normal.
Yeah.
He was still in the hospital. They said, we're going to keep him overnight, monitor him. And I called my dad. I was like, hey, Dad, I'm coming to the hospital. I mean, of course. I reacted just like you did.
Yeah.
Go to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, I talked to my dad. I'm like, Dad, what can I do for you? What do you want, man? My dad was a really weird guy. When it came to like his, like what he ate and stuff, my dad was basically addicted to like KFC.
Yeah.
So there was not a KFC like right on the way.
Yeah.
So I got him Churches, and he was still super, super happy about it because the food
Yeah.
there was terrible.
Yeah.
By the way, my dad, super skinny. How about that? Skinny and
Yeah.
short. So for me to be like a mammoth of a guy, and I did a DNA test a few months back because
Yeah.
I was not so sure.
Yeah.
Come to find out, my dad was my dad.
Yeah.
Super, super weird. I've had a lot of
Yeah.
anyway. So he eats. I leave, and I'm like, all right, Dad, I'll come back tomorrow to get you.
Yeah.
They're gonna release you tomorrow morning. He's like, all right, cool, son. I love you. I love you, Dad. It was probably 3 or 4 a.m. And I received a call from the hospital. They say, hey, your dad has had some vomiting and had some, I think the word's aspiration. It's if you were to start vomiting and you breathe in and
Yeah.
it goes into your lungs.
Yeah.
I think the word is aspiration.
Mhm.
And we've had some complications. We need you to come in. And I'm like, do I need to come now? They're like, no, it's okay. Bro, my dad was a vegetable. Literally.
Wow.
I left there with a conversation with my dad that I'm going to pick him up the next day.
Yeah.
So I had already made the decision that tomorrow I'm going to be a little late for work. I'm going to go get my dad. You know, I'd already planned this process out.
Yeah.
So, like, you're talking 4 o'clock in the morning, I get this call, and I'm like, okay. So when I get there, it was just like that. Except for they're bum rushing me with things to discuss what decisions I want to make for my dad.
Yeah, dude.
The amount of brain activity that he had. You have a neurologist that walks up, and these people, I'm assuming that their training and the years of doing it, to them, you know, being in a medical field, I have to think that if you treat hundreds of people for stroke,
Hardens you.
for you, yeah.
Yeah.
So when this dude starts talking to me, he just lays it out.
Yeah.
And he basically tells me,
Yep.
you know, like, there's not a real percentage that people that give percentages of like, will your dad be normal again or whatever. And he was basically like, you know, I think the best thing that you can do right now is to decide what you would like to see for the future, as far as if he does come out of this and there is some sense of normalcy, he will probably still be under some care.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. Are you
Like,
trying to
he'll
sway
talk?
me
Like, will
a
he
certain
talk?
way?
Like, yeah. Dude, it was absolutely nuts. So that progresses. And in a situation where you have a stroke like that and there's not brain activity, they have a day or two where they still check. And I don't know if they're just trying to give you hope or if they're just like completely like whatever. You get to a point where they ask you how you want to proceed. And there's a couple of options. You can stay on the machines, continue a feeding tube, or not, and how you want to take those steps. And having to process that, my dad and I were pretty close. My dad and I would call my dad pretty much every day, every other day, and just be like, hey, Dad, I love you. And if you don't do that now, do that.
Yeah.
It will be the best practice you've ever had in your life, bro.
Sometimes I can get caught up in like my life, and not really forget, but I just
I promise there's
quit
never,
playing, I guess.
man, there's never a day that you're too busy just to call them, tell them you love them. I used to do that all the time.
I do that with my mom too.
Dude,
for
I'm
sure.
so thankful now that I did that
Yeah.
and that it was constant, because I still hear it in my voice where my dad would call me and leave me voicemails. Hey, just call and tell you I love you, son. Best thing I could ever do.
Yeah.
So in this moment, you know, I'm almost in a psychological, like, weird place where I'm talking to my dad in my head,
Yeah.
hoping to hear his voice tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I'm wanting to call my dad to ask him for advice. Ultimately, I knew that my dad, he had said in the past, having cancer and everything, he'd always said, I don't want to live on machines. He had said that. He had
That's what
stated
my dad told
that.
me too, yeah. That
So
day.
you basically decide to pull a feeding tube, which means
And
you're
you-
going to starve your dad.
And you don't want to, but it's
Yeah.
like, if I don't, that would be selfish of me, because you have to respect the wishes, but it's like, but in the back of your head, you're like, no, what if there's a chance, like, it's
So here's the extreme moral dilemma that I ran into, and I hope that no one else has to run into this, although I know they will, is when you remove a feeding tube or you instruct someone to remove a feeding tube, you've basically instructed them to starve your dad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like, that's
Bro, it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. And it was actually an argument with a family member of mine and one of the nurses, because having family members that are familiar with different medical practices, there are different medications that they give people, and some are more euphoric than others.
yeah.
And one is called Dilaudid. And Dilaudid is super euphoric.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
So it would be the difference of, like, all right, take a nap, you fall asleep, or here, and I don't want this to sound too harsh, but like, here, do heroin and don't wake up.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if you had the option, whether or not anyone wants to really admit this or not,
Numb it up. Yeah.
yeah, of course, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
chicks have babies every day, and they're like, I want the epidural. Like, I'm sure the statistics, I'm sure there's like a very small amount that don't. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, and there was actually an argument where the lady, the I don't know if it was the nurse or if it was the doctor or whoever, they were in an argument in the hallway, and my uncle was like, how dare you, because the lady said, we don't euthanize people, which is crazy, because you can give them instruction to remove someone's feeding tube, but then if you ask for a different medication that will make them more or less numb to the discomfort of starving,
Yeah.
they won't do it. They consider that euthanization. So that's a pretty, having gone through that, when you told me something was up with your dad, bro, it hit home more than you could even imagine, and immediately I was numb. I was like, man, I hope Chris is all right. Like, I hope that everything's cool. To have moved and then have that happen.
It was a lot, dude. Yeah. I was about to like fall apart for a minute. Thankfully, my girl is like the way that she is, and she, we were just at that point already to where I'm comfortable and like I can get comfort from her, because like she was so awesome about all that stuff. Like I said, I was at the shop when I got that call, man, and like I just like literally put my back to the wall and just slid down. Like I like was dead for a minute, like I talked to the state trooper, and he was like, your dad is en route to a medical center. There was still vitals, but he was blue whenever they found him, so it was like the nick of time. And as soon as my girl found out about it, she was like, just calm down, stay there. And she went and packed bags for us. She went and called to get the plane tickets. You know what I mean? Like she did all of that. And her family too, and I'm super super grateful for that too. Like, that's so awesome. I froze up.
Yeah.
And then we get there, and like that first night that we got there at 2 a.m. ish, and they let me see him, which was awesome, because they weren't sure what was going, like what was gonna go down. And I went in there, and it was like so surreal. Like it just looked like he was sleeping, he was, but he was like under from the medicine still. and it was so like I couldn't even speak.
Yeah.
Like I can't even describe like how I was feeling. Really, it was just wild. And so I went to go get a hotel after that, and kind of like relax for a little bit, come back the next day, not knowing what was going on. And the next day, he apparently a couple hours after surgery had came out of the medicine. They were like, wow. They were like, that's we were worried that he might not wake up because of they had to stop his heart for the surgery and then restart it. And then the medicine to keep him down for all that, you know what I mean? They were like, that's awesome. But whenever I was there the first night, she was like, well, the next step would be to see if he wakes up. And I was like, if he wakes up?
Yeah.
And I almost like, I was like, excuse me? You know,
Yeah.
like what? That shouldn't, it was crazy. And now knowing the whole story around it, they had to call his mom, my grandma. I call her Mamay. It's grandma in French, but she had to okay the surgery because there was a chance that he could have had a stroke during it and passed.
Yeah.
And so, like, I didn't know that. I was on a plane whenever all that happened, and I was just trying to get to him, you know? Though, in the back of my head, I was like, when did I tell him that I loved him last? You know what I mean? Kind of like what you say.
Yeah.
Call him all the time. And, like, literally, I was just, like, I was, like, trying to make the plane fly faster. That was the first time I've ever been on a plane, by the way, under these conditions. And I'm afraid of heights. I was just like, let's just get there. Come on, let's get there. Let's get there. We had to get a rental car and stuff like that. We finally got there, and it was just wild, man.
Yeah.
And the first time whenever I came back the next day, and he was out of it, out of the sedation, I guess that's called.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it was so awesome to see him. And he was like, I almost bit the dust, dude. And I started crying.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
All of those emotions I was trying to suppress and like be, like the man of the family, like go handle shit. I was like, damn.
Men cry, bro.
You're still here, yeah.
Men cry. I think that it's necessary. I think you got to get that stuff out. So something that something that I thought about just a couple days ago. I had a really close friend of mine recently passed away.
Damn.
And he was actually a little bit younger than me. And he it was one of those freak things where it's not like a disease or something got him. It was a car accident.
Oh, wow, dude.
And I received the phone call, and I actually went to where the car accident had happened, and I went and saw the car. Huge mistake. I shouldn't have went and saw the car.
It makes it more real than...
Very much so.
Like, it's real, but it's like a whole nother level. You're like when I got to the hospital.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my God.
For me, I had a couple of days there where I was in really bad shape. Part of it was because I was mentally visualizing, what went on, what happened, like trying to play it through in my head. But another was just realizing my own mortality, like just realizing, that at any second, actually, a buddy of mine, I have a couple of buddies that are police officers, and it's crazy with everything going on when you start to really think about your own mortality and just, I mean, dude, it's crazy. Like you could, bro, my dad, carpenter, works every day, is working, like doing his normal routine, and goes to the hospital because of vomiting. I think it was a stroke, but then has a stroke. He's laying in the hospital, bro.
Do you think it was like a sunstroke type thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's no telling really.
So the symptoms from a stroke, like what happens when you have a stroke, is so one of them. Sometimes people will vomit.
Yeah.
They can't really talk. Like if you've ever been somewhere where someone had a stroke, they lose. So he couldn't talk. That happened. There were just different things that occurred that it was like, this could seriously have been a stroke. They didn't test it. So that happens to him. Then my buddy, he's on the way to work. And like I said, this dude's a little bit younger than me, bro. He gets in a car accident on his way to work. So accepting your own mortality is a super crazy thing, and
that's definitely a way to do it. Because like I said, you can easily feel like you're not immortal. What is the fucking invincible. Like you feel like nothing. Like you see it happen to people around you and people that they know and that you know, but you're like, yeah, but that's not my family. Like it's not gonna go down like that, and it totally can. That's yeah. I mean, I try more so now that everything's happened. Like I try not to leave things with anybody on a bad note.
Yeah.
I've usually been pretty good about that, with the exception of some cases, but I'm human. But
definitely,
like you try to. I've always tried to be like, you know what, it's not worth holding this grudge because like stress will kill you.
Yeah.
Now I know that more than ever. Like you got to take care of yourself. You got to not let the petty stuff get to you like that.
Definitely.
And I don't know. It's so like awakening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you never could think that could be you. You see for car crashes, you see the drunk driving commercials all the time. You see like the don't speed stuff, and you're like, yeah, people die of that all the time. But you're like, it's not gonna immediately affect me. It's so easy to think that way, and that's the minute that you'll get caught off guard.
Well, so
life is just wild.
Yeah, something that's crazy is, your normal day-to-day tasks. Like, okay, you're sitting here, you're like, oh, I'm hungry. What do we want for lunch? I don't know. I'll just run out to Arby's really quick.
Yeah.
Like those little things that become just like mundane, normal tasks are
Could
things that we
change your
take for
life.
granted. Yeah, like you never know.
Yep.
It's never, the only thing that we're guaranteed in this life is that you will die.
Yeah.
That is the only 100%.
You're not guaranteed to live though.
Nope.
Not truly. Not unless you take the reins and get an apprenticeship if you want to learn how to tattoo. But seriously though, I mean, you have to that's different. But
sorry, bro. You went there, so I went all the way there. You tried the comic relief, and I Hail Married it, That Facebook group that's unnamed, that's not elite. It's not elite, is it?
I'd say we're like top tier. So.
Top tier? How many people are in the group?
That I don't know exactly right now, because so there's some weird shit, dude. Like this group was born from a different group that had an admin.
That sounds political as fuck.
It was the same group, but a couple admins got added that really just were like super
wop wop wop.
Very much so.
Hit an applause button.
Dude, yeah.
I don't know what the buttons do. I'm gonna hit a button.
What does that do?
I don't know. Hey, what just happened? It's only 2 seconds. It's probably like doo-doo-ch. Sold. I'm a fat now. Tat. He's a tattoo artist, bro. He's gonna serve up bangers, bro. He's gonna help people get banged out.
It's an awesome job. Well, I won't even say it's a job.
Awesome.
You're not gonna get banged out. Don't join it because of that. That's why he's saying he's sold. Let's see.
The class is Badum.
Oh, the classic.
Oh, boom. Oh, all right. We're gonna hit another one. Oh, that's 11 seconds.
That must be applause.
I don't even know what it is, bro. I had to stop it.
Thank you. If that was applause, please try to keep it down. I'll sign autographs later.
Is this an applause? What is that?
Keep doing it.
Birds.
No way. What?
It's birds.
Like early morning birds?
No, bro. He said, ew, it's birds. I'm sorry,
It's
guys.
like,
I know I was trying to be super serious about all this, and then I kind of dropped the ball. I didn't mean to drop the ball.
So how many of those are assigned?
Oh, the colors. So the one that's... Yeah, so I don't know what any of them
The
really
one
are.
dead tooth there that's not...
Yeah.
What is the blue?
I deleted that one, so I don't know
Why?
what
What was it, like porn audio?
No clue what it was. I just didn't know if I deleted it, if that might have been applause.
No,
It could have
nuh-uh.
been. How do I
You did it
know,
on
bro?
accident? You deleted it?
No, I deleted it because I wanted to know if the light was going to go away. Because you assigned the colors. These aren't pre-assigned colors.
Yeah.
So sorry, guys. So I have a Rodecaster Pro in front of me. It's just a bunch of sliders and almost like a drum machine with lights on it that are pre-assigned buttons. And I thought that I didn't know if you deleted one of the buttons if the light went away, and it went away. Oh, need one that's a fart. Fart button?
That's what I was laughing at. Like, if you hit that 11-second one, it's just like, we're just sitting here like, thank you guys.
Oh, this is 6 seconds.
It makes me nervous. What is that?
I don't know. What was it? It's so bad that I just have these buttons. I don't know what the buttons do. I'm going to hit it again.
Skip the blue one, I think.
Yeah, I went straight for green, bro. What was that? Can anyone tell us what it was? It says what? I wonder if it's saying what. Because she said what? So I wonder if it said what. What?
Oh, yes, dude.
Watch this. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's a trombone. All right, we got a blue button. What is that? Wop, wop, wop. This is so much fun. So doing the serious podcast is pretty awesome, but doing this and having fun, this is pretty cool.
It is. So
cartoon sad scene.
Yeah, the wop, 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 wop.
Almost xylophone? Sci-fi music. That one's sci-fi music.
Which one, blue?
Yeah, blue. What is this? How many seconds? Oh my god, it's gonna go on forever. What is that?
Just keep hitting it.
And
now I'm anxious knowing what it is.
Yeah. X-Files.
Oh, X-Files. That was the other one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's applause! Applause, bro! There's applause. Yeah, watch this. I'm going to go get banged out later. Oh, my God. Tell me a joke.
This is our guest.
Yeah. And I introduce to you Chris Theriault.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. So you did pink, teal, blue, green,
I haven't done the top two.
Yellow. Oh.
All right, so we know that yellow is applause.
What's red?
Oh, yeah, what is red?
You should do orange first. I feel like red is like some. I'm associating
red or
with,
orange
like,
first.
bad.
Do we want to go red or orange first? Someone tell me, red or orange? Which one's first? Oh, this is good. This is great. It's kind of cool having people follow us.
Yeah, and then once we can take calls.
Yeah. Oh, dude. If we just had headphones.
Yeah.
Can you believe that we have $5,000 worth of equipment in front of us?
Orange.
And a pair of headphones is holding us from taking a call?
Yeah.
All these 13 seconds. Do I just let it rock?
Yeah.
Just let it eat?
It's gonna be like cows or something.
It's still going.
Oh my god.
Oh, I hope it's appropriate.
Well, it won't matter for this one, but
Yeah, I guess it won't
you're gonna
matter.
have to label them.
Oh, it's laughs. We have laughs and applause.
Oh, sick! I love that.
Yeah, no joke. Oh. Same time. Same time. Clap hands, clap hands. Yeah. Woo.
And then I told her, don't sell that
Is he laughing too? Red.
joke. It might be behind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, red. Not red. So
Oh,
one
so
was
it's-
just like a single person laughing? How creepy is that shit? Oh, this is some gaming music. Yeah, all right, turn the music off. All right, so orange
okay.
and yellow are our go-tos. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
You should get the boo too. Boo. But not tell your guests All right, yeah. No,
That is
totally.
perfect, actually. Dude, we could clown people. Oh, so
Yeah.
when we can't do calls, let's talk about that. Since we have 10 people following us. I mean, it's not a ton, but hey, dude, I'm so happy that this has only been around for a week. We have 10 people following us. We have 500
It's hard.
likes.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's hard to do. I'll be
yeah.
tattooing live, and like I'll have maybe 10 people, and like one will be like my girl, one will be my mom, one will be my dad. So
Hey, whatever, dude. So check this out. Let's talk about the upcoming episodes. So something that we were talking about doing. This is not the. We're probably gonna have to have a second podcast and give it a different name because I don't want these types of podcasts to be the face of this. I want this to be mostly entrepreneurship. Either way, we'll come up with something else. I don't care. We'll figure it out. It'll be cool. He'll draw something. It'll be great. We were talking about being able to take calls. So calling like a psychic. How about if we called like a sex phone operator? You know, like, hey, Brenda.
So one thing that this is the inner troll in me. My buddy Gabe and we found this website that you can literally load $5 into it, and you get like 23 tokens on there, and it has a soundboard for prank calls, and then also a feature to where you can link 2 callers together. So we would link 2 pizza joints up together all the time, and they'd be like, "Domino's, how's it going?" He's like, yeah, Pizza Hut. What's up?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, Domino's. You trying to order?" "Yeah, you called me, bud. Pizza Hut." It's just like the like steady decline of it.
Are we gonna do it?
It's awesome. I thought it was fucking hilarious. It also records. Well, it would record for us anyways, but like it gives you the option for the soundbite too. But I did that one time with a friend. They were at work, and I did that, and like it was them and another of the same company, but like a different location, and they were like, "What? Why? So why'd you call? I'm trying to, I got things to do." It's like, yeah, you called me, bud.
So
slowly getting pissed off.
All right, guys. So I have to know. I'm curious because I hate to see dollar signs with something like this, but I'm thinking about like the content, and this could actually be something cool.
Yeah.
I'm thousands of dollars in on this crap that we have in front of us. If we were gonna do an episode like this, I have 32 tokens still. Jeff says he has 32 tokens.
No
still.
shit. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of the website.
Hey Jeff, don't post it here, please. Send me a personal message with that so that we can use it. We're gonna use it. Jeff used to use. You said right there, evil operator. I'm an idiot. Oh, I don't know if that was womp womp womp, but I hope it is. It's definitely not, dude. It's like 11 seconds.
That's birds.
That was. I should probably label these. Shouldn't
Yeah,
I?
you should.
Whatever. There you go. Applause.
Yeah.
So, if we were gonna do this and do like the whole token thing or whatever, like they have on Twitch or Facebook, do you think that, like, would you spend $2 to have someone call your job?
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Okay, I can say this now that I moved, in case anybody's watching. Back in Pensacola, me and Gabe, I think we were both fresh out of our apprenticeship, and for our age range, almost fresh out of high school, dude. We were like early 20s, so like we were not mature at all. So if we got downtime at the shop, we would literally we would prank call other shops in town and ask for shit that's like either not real, but we know that we would get their desk girl first. So I remember we called one, and it'd be hilarious if somebody from that shop was watching and remembered that. But we called, and the desk girl was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna name the shop, but they were like, blah blah blah. How can I help you?" And Gabe was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a realistic traditional piece. Do y'all do that?" And she was like, "Absolutely, yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me see if we have an artist available." Hey, and we could hear, "Hey, this guy's looking for a realistic traditional piece," and you heard the artist go, "So like you're just saying words." And she was like, "No, he wants like realistic traditional." And he was like, "Yeah, it's just 2 words put together." And she came back all night. She was like,
Oh my god.
"Yeah, so most of our artists are busy. Definitely come in so you could explain what you want and you could price it out." And she was pretty smooth with it, so props to her. But
Realistic.
that was like one of the, we prank called just about every shop in town.
Words.
Yeah. He was like, "So it's like you're speaking words, but like, what are you saying?" It was so good. It was very dry. Whoa, I actually have a video on my Facebook somewhere. I just shared the memory of it. Me and Gabe, again, we're fucking immature, we don't really care.
Yeah.
So we had a fart soundboard, and like some of them, we didn't know which one was which. So some of them were like, yeah, for shout out to Farts, our sponsor of this podcast. We didn't know which like button was which, so like some of them were like really long, and so we prank called Applebee's Fridays at first, and we were like, hey, he was doing it because I would laugh. He was like, hey, excuse me, this is really embarrassing, but I'm actually in your bathroom right now, and I ran out of paper. I was wondering if maybe a manager could bring me some toilet paper or something. And she was like, absolutely, yeah. And he was like, "Bah." And then she was like, she stopped. And then whenever the sound cut off, she was like, yeah, absolutely. She like ducked right back in like a fucking trooper. Yeah, absolutely. We'll send somebody in there right away. No problem, no worries. He was like, "Bah, thanks," and then hung up. So we were like, that went pretty well. So we called Olive Garden, and this lady was like, she must have been having a bad day or something, or just doesn't think that's funny. I don't know how you could not think that's funny.
Yeah.
That scenario, you would feel so awkward, you would nervous laugh. I would think so. And so we called, and she was like, Olive Garden, how may I help you? And he was like, yes. And he like kind of coughed a little bit because he was trying to laugh. And she was like, hello. And he was like, yes, I'm sorry. This is a little bit embarrassing. But and she was like, yeah. And he was like, I'm actually in your facility right now. And I seem to have ran out of paper. He kept calling it that. And like I kept almost laughing out loud when we would be like, paper? Because it's so proper for like this stupid, what we were doing. And she was like, okay, so is there any way I can help you? And he was like, yeah, if you could, is there a manager that can maybe bring some paper? And he like let off one of the ones, but it was one of the long ones. And like she was like, yeah, sure. And she stopped and it was going. Halfway through, she just hung up. I was like, what a bitch. What if that was real? What if you were in there like handling stuff and it just,
So, I think that we need to start another podcast. Like, not right now. I mean, what are we going to name it?
I don't know.
So we have people follow. We have,
we should do like that gun
like
company
13 for a little
to where the viewers can name the next podcast, but in their case, gun. And it was the Yeet Cannon.
Oh yeah. So you want to take votes, bro? I mean, we have people following us.
Yeah,
This is kind of cool. This is dope. So
But we also have to take into account Facebook, or would that be the same comments?
oh, I don't know. So this is YouTube. I don't even know how many people are following us on Facebook.
I'm gonna look that up.
Is that something you'll be able to see? How many
Yeah.
viewers we have? We probably have more viewers on Facebook. Oh, dude, my buddy in India, he's in class right now.
Yeah.
But he was just like, "Hey, are you on the podcast?" That's dope, bro.
So
we
we
got a
have-
follower from India, from New Delhi, bro.
80 comments, 7 shares. That's pretty good.
Does it show how many people are on it?
1 second. I don't know if it'll show the live thing.
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of dope.
Oh, my girlfriend was in there. She was saying like applause, spoopy noises.
Oh, dude. So we're gonna need to
That's
figure
so
out
cool.
how to. All right. So obviously we're gonna have people commenting on YouTube and Facebook. So I guess something.
Oh, she just said 4 on Facebook, so I guess she can see how many people.
Jeff just said 542.
That's the views.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but
so
that's-
all of it in
It's
total.
been 2 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty. But so is that for this one?
Probably the
Because
last
that means that we've cycled through 542 people, I guess. Like just either like ghosting, like not clicking on the
Could
full
be.
thing or whatever.
Yeah. Either way, whatever. So.
Oh, followers to the page.
Oh,
okay,
all right, I got you.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh man, that's nuts, dude.
yeah, I was like, you sure?
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Must have been the.
I think we could grow that in a couple of weeks.
That'd be cool.
I think so. Like if with the prank calls and stuff.
Hi, babe.
Eh.
That's cool though, man. Yeah, we should definitely, like, no matter what someone decides to name this for us, just like make a logo and like, go with it.
Since this just in the middle of nowhere, no, I'll show you how to read the Facebook stats. Dude, she's all caps us, bro.
Yeah.
All caps. All caps. Oh, I just had a thought in my head, but then I didn't say it because my wife and your girlfriend are both on here.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna say it because it's okay that I
You brought it up.
since I brought it up, and it almost blurted it out. You know, in the last podcast, how you were like, so if the first song were your credit card, what was it the credit card number thing, concert?
Oh, yeah. When we were doing sound check. All right, guys. So if your band name was your social security number or your credit card,
Yeah.
what would I be shouting front row at your show?
Yeah. So So I was thinking one of those so the first person to write the new podcast name on their boobs and send it to us, like that's the name.
Oh,
of
I'm
it.
out.
Yeah, exactly. I said
Not
it.
getting me with that one.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is trouble central. Exactly.
Yeah.
I was out before I said it, but then I felt like once I had the thought, I was like, I can't not.
That's
say
like
that.
Howard Stern. I feel like
Yeah, I mean,
he's like on that level, you know.
other than Joe Rogan, Howard Stern, I think Howard Stern definitely
Is
was
that a
like
podcast?
Joe Rogan.
No.
Howard
I know.
Stern.
Yeah.
No, he was just terrestrial radio, but he's like old now. Howard Stern's like a million years old.
But I didn't know if that was considered a podcast.
Well, so before podcasts were podcasts, yeah. So Joe
was
Rogan
video
has been
and
doing
audio.
podcasts since before it was just called internet radio.
Really? What?
Yeah. He actually mentioned that, and I don't know if it was in an episode.
Did he
or if
really
it
get
was-
paid $100 million for the Spotify deal?
Let's look it up.
Or
I think
whoever-
so. Yeah, I think it was 100 million.
Dude,
Yeah.
what would you do with $100 million?
Uh,
See, if we could take a phone call,
I
this
would-
would be prime time.
I would
Call
move.
in.
I would move to Austin, Texas,
Why?
because that's what he did. So, yeah. When you said that, I was like off the cuff. I was like,
It's
yeah.
funny though that my mind went to Stone Cold. I was like,
Oh,
no shit, yeah,
great.
get a ranch,
Great.
get a ranch and some
Yeah,
new cutoff
100 million, bro.
jeans. Dude, that is
Joe Rogan signs exclusive $100 million deal with Spotify.
insane.
Yep. Bro, they call him the Juggernaut. What the fuck?
I didn't know he could juggle.
Juggernaut? That's stupid. That is so. He would hate that.
I'm sure he knows about it.
If but the person that
Do you
wrote
think
this
he
is
Googles himself to see what people say about him?
absolutely not.
Yeah, because I know like most rappers won't go on their social media, won't read comments. Honestly, I've even almost got to that point with my tattoos that sometimes I don't want to read the comments unless I see like it's one of the homies like in the names. I don't even want to read it sometimes because sometimes people get pretty bold on like Instagram and they'll just say some like shit out of left field and it's like, dude, it's just like, I don't know. And then you feel like you need to react, but because you saw it, it's just so catch-22.
So, fun fact: Spotify shares were up 1.1% in pre-market trading Wednesday, and then 8:15 a.m. they surged 8.4%.
I don't really know too much about stocks, but I'm going to say that's good.
Huge,
Really?
huge,
8%?
huge.
Wow.
Yeah. If you have a stock surge,
So if you would have known,
8% is huge.
if you would have known you got some
Put it
stock in
this way:
Spotify,
if
trading.
you let's say you were friends with Joe Rogan and he says, "Hey, dude, I'm going to sign a deal with Spotify,"
then
and
you'd
then
be in jail.
so let's just say he did that, and then you
Yeah.
went and bought a an option.
Yeah.
You could have totally cashed the F out, bro.
So what would 8% have done? Like, let's say if I put
In the option?
if I put $5,000 in on Spotify before that happened, and then it surged 8%.
So
Are there factors to that?
there is. I got a friend that would be a little bit better qualified to answer it, but I'll give you kind of like my understanding.
Yeah.
So there's I guess algorithm would be the best word. It's called the Greeks, and so based on like current market valuation, I think is kind of the best way to explain it. Basically, when you buy options, you're gambling that a stock will go up.
Yeah.
So 8%, I think it was like $170 something. That's saying that's going to go up like $16 or $15 for a stock to surge $15, $5,000. You would have cashed the fuck out. I'm talking cashed out, bro.
Yeah.
Cashed out.
So I wish that we could make
If
calls.
if stock goes $2, you cash out $15.
Yeah.
Balling, bro.
I wish that we could make calls for that type of question, like what would you do with $100 million or whatever. But more so, my buddy Brandon Thompson is
Said
watching
he would get
the
banged out?
live. No. He's watching the live, and he would be perfect to call. He would also be pretty cool to like do a little interview with too. Honestly.
You know what, dude? We can run the gains up, move the mics, and call them on speaker. I mean, it's not the best situation, but considering that this is literally a dry run to see how the equipment was going to work,
Yeah.
you want to throw them on?
Yeah, let me see real quick. Hold
All
on.
right,
I'll have to take it off the Bluetooth then.
I think I've already turned the Bluetooth off on the board. Roadcaster is now discoverable. Cancel. Yeah.
If you're watching, Mick Mac, we're about to call you, boy.
Yo.
Yo.
All right.
Let me find it. I think his name. He's I believe he's 21. He's like much younger than all of us.
Okay.
He was a client that kept coming in and
Yeah.
then like became one of the homies, and
Sweet.
he's a great kid.
Yeah.
Great dude. He's a man now. Kid, what am I talking about? But yeah, and so he I forgot where I was going with that.
Doesn't matter. Hopefully he's excited that he's on the podcast. That would be dope.
I was going. Oh yeah. So he's in my phone as grandpa because I thought it was
What?
funny because he's like way younger than all of us.
Oh, okay.
So like whenever people hear us talk about like grandpa, and then he walks in and like, oh, what's up, grandpa? He's like young.
All right, what's his name? I want to give him an intro and then do the applause.
Brandon Thompson, also
Brandon
known
Thompson.
as Mick Mac.
Mick Mac.
Yeah.
All right. So when
pull him
he
up real quick.
answers, I'm going to be like, "Hey, Brandon Thompson."
Yeah. Brandon
Okay.
Thompson, aka Mick
Gotcha.
Mac.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. That way he gets which he's watching right now probably. So
And also, hopefully he answers because my girl just gave me some ammunition to bring up. Something
Perfect,
happened in my little
perfect.
studio.
dope. Let's get it in.
Yes,
Yeah, let's
all
go in
right,
on Brandon
let's try and
Thompson.
Find old Mick
Let's
Mac.
go in. Oh man, this is good.
What's up?
Hey Brandon,
Yeah,
what's up, brother? You're on the 60-foot podcast. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Hey everybody, this is Brandon Thompson, aka
Mick Mac.
Mick Mac. You can't hear it, bro, but now there's like one of those really cool sitcom applauses
Yeah, you gotta go watch it on Facebook.
because you're the man, bro.
Hell yeah.
But
I
hey,
was watching it on Facebook like 30 seconds ago. I literally just got off of it, and then you guys called. That's badass.
no shit, yeah. So definitely, whenever we get off the phone, go watch this and rewatch it because you'll be on there, man, with an applause too. I'll have to listen for the
Hell
applause.
yeah.
But
Awesome.
I just wanted to see if you had any recollection of what may have happened when I was recording one of my songs one time, and you got a little crossfaded. What may have happened in that studio session?
Dude, I fucking hit the shit out of a bong that killed my ass.
A bong rip almost
I mean-
killed your buddy, Mick
I
Mackin.
mean, straight up, there's no way around the story. That's exactly right. This girl like totally undersold me on how strong her fucking shit was, and I took a fucking rip off of it. She's like, you gotta draw pretty hard, because you're not gonna get a lot if you don't. And I was like, I appreciate it. And fucking that was the end of that. Next thing I knew, I was like, dude, I swear to God, I'll clean the carpet. Like, don't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw.
Clean the carpet.
Oh yeah, so here
Did he
I'll
get
get
banged
to that.
out?
I thought so. We had this little like dome chair. We still have it at the house right over there.
Gotcha.
And he was like kind of sitting lower and lower. And me and my producer were working, and I kept looking back, and I was like, "Yo, you good? You good, bro?" And he was like kind of playing it cool, and I was like, "Nah, he's just fucking around." And then before I know it, he's like curled up like this, and I was like, "Yo, are you good?" And we had to go get him some juice. He like sipped the juice, like, "Thanks, dog." And so, and then he goes to lay down on the ground, and I was like, "You just gonna sleep right now?" I mean, whatever, dude. Yeah, that's cool. So we kept working, like on top of his sleeping body, pretty much. Like he was right there, you know. And then before I know it, he was like, "I think I'm about to puke. I think I'm about to," and it was like, like hunched over. It was bad, dude. It was like a straight pile.
Oh, yeah, it was
We're talking in a studio, dude. Like you guys are in the middle of a studio session. He blows chunks.
Yes,
Sweet.
right in the middle of it.
Oh,
We finally got it cleaned up, but like everything was working against us because we had this. What was it? My neighbor's carpet shampooer, or was it yours?
No, it was my uncle's.
Okay, we couldn't work it.
What's your uncle's name? Uncle Greg. Uncle Remus.
Dave.
Oh, Uncle Dave.
For a second, Greg rang a bell. I was like, no shit.
Uncle
I
Dave.
have an Uncle Greg, but no, this was Dave.
Here's a test though. Everyone has an Uncle Randy. I have one. Do you?
Yes.
I don't.
Oh,
Randy.
come on, dude. All right, well. If we had a boo button, we would definitely do that right now. But
Yeah. Well, no, we'll just sitcom applause.
the Randy chain. We're gonna get it set up to where we can actually like take a call like legitimately on this. We can. We just need monitors so we'd be able to hear you. So pretty soon, I'll let you know beforehand. But you'll be able to call in and just bullshit with us.
That's badass.
Yeah,
Get
it's pretty cool.
Like a FaceTime version.
Hey,
Yeah, essentially.
does he have Instagram?
Everybody knows you're talking to True Grit.
Yeah. Shout out your Instagram.
My Instagram is B_Thompson02. Go check that out if you
B_Thompson.
Beat up, including myself.
McMack and
And do you have any exciting news you want to talk about? Any fights coming up? Anything like that?
Actually, I took a short notice fight for December 5th, so I'll be kickboxing a week from this Saturday.
is it televised?
Probably not televised, but you should be able to watch it on Fight Bananas Facebook Live.
Yeah. So you got to follow Fight Bananas. Where is that fight though?
It'll
Pensacola.
be in Pensacola, Florida, at the Haji Shrine on 9 Mile Road.
Fight Bananas Facebook Live.
Yeah. He's I think he has a podcast.
Can see if we can get permission
Yeah.
to commentate that. How dope would that be? Yeah, if we
be
could
dope.
comment, we're gonna have to get permission from him. We'll shout him out or whatever. But if we could commentate that, that would be dope, dude.
Yeah.
We can run it on the live,
Sick.
and we'll just keep ourselves like in the corner of the screen.
Yeah.
But let's commentate
Green
it.
screen. All right. Before we let you go, what's your prediction for the Jones versus Tyson fight?
Oh, dude. All right. So I'm glad you asked. In their prime, I would say Jones all day.
Really?
But
Wow.
yeah. But
Okay.
I'm gonna say Tyson, and it will be before the 5th round.
Wow. So I heard there was a bunch of like crazy rules, and then I heard that if somebody gets knocked out, it's like over. Like there's no knockouts allowed. And then I also heard that Tyson was like, "Fuck the rules. I'm knocking him out." Now I don't know if that's just for the hype, but
I wish I could hear that in his
Earlier
voice.
This week they said they weren't gonna allow knockouts, and if somebody started bleeding, they would immediately stop the fight.
I
But
heard
then
that. Yeah.
Dude, they have like old man skin. They're gonna bleed.
Another rule set, and they were like, "Nah, it's a straight up fight."
What? That's dope.
Yeah, so who knows?
Hell yeah.
Man.
The night they get there, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, they can fight, but it's gonna be like 12, 30-second rounds," and
What day is that?
that's this Saturday.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
post fight, how long before you could take a call?
Well, how long before I could take a call post fight?
Yeah, so let's say that we commentate the fight. Can we call you post fight, like maybe 20 or 30 minutes, or is that long enough?
It'd probably need like 15 to do the doctor's evaluation, but after that, I could probably take a call. Yeah.
That would be completely dope, bro. I mean, win, lose, draw, whatever happens, I would love to be able to commentate this fight and then call you post fight and just kind of talk about the fight and how you think it went.
Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Awesome, cool. If you have anything at all to promote yourself, or if there's anything we can do, anything of any monetary value, let me know. We'll put it up on the page, to kind of shout you out and help you out.
Hell yeah, that'd be badass. You can look me up on Facebook under Brandon Thompson. My Instagram's where I do most of my marketing. I gave that handle. I'll give it again. It's B_Thompson02. And that's where I do most of my marketing is Facebook
Awesome.
and Instagram. And I'm having True Grit shirts printed up. So just hit me up if you want one.
Is so True Grit is your brand?
True Grit is my brand, yes sir.
Sure, we'll be sharing that, bro.
Hell yeah, appreciate that.
Awesome.
Man.
Thanks, dude.
Dope.
Thank you.
All right, man. I'll hit you up later.
All right, cool. I'll check you guys out.
Yes, sir. Later.
Awesome.
All right, later.
Oh, bro, we're gonna commentate a fight. Are you? Do you think you'll be available for that?
I'll have to figure out my schedule. That's the thing. 'Cause
Bro.
right now I'm trying to stack it up, but
We got to do a dope flyer.
I know that I'm pretty sure that we can get in touch with the dude.
The
For
Fight
Fight
Bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah.
To see if we can get permission for that.
I'm sure he'll.
Yeah. As long obviously we'll throw his shit up on there too.
Yeah. Well, so we're
But
in order to show
he
it.
would have contact with him for sure.
Yeah. So in order to show it, we're actually going to have his page
Yeah.
viewable. So it's basically going to be a screen share on full screen.
Yeah.
So
We'll have to figure it out.
yeah, that would be dope, dude. And then do
We'll
a
get
post fight
Randy
call.
in the tech department to just get on that.
Yeah,
And,
Randy in the tech department.
Yeah.
We'll probably have headphones.
Uncle Randy, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you should probably.
Uncle
I'm gonna go to
Randy.
guitar. I can feel it. I'm gonna be at Guitar Center tomorrow. I can feel it. I can just feel it.
I mean,
in my
that would
buzz.
be pretty cool though, to not have to like hold the phone. Just it would just feel so legit. Like, all right,
That's exactly what it would be like
our
too.
next call,
Yeah,
or like if we're
we got to label the buttons too, so that
yeah. so like our next caller is so and so. Bird noises. For
I wanna do a
11
quack.
seconds.
a duck quack for the
Yeah.
fight. That way, if like the dude falls down, it's like quack.
Or every punch, like a little the nose squeak.
Oh, it's gonna sound like the Nintendo game Duck Hunter.
So also shout out to our watch frogs. I don't know if you guys have watch frogs in front of your house, but for real, dude, I don't know if I've ever showed you that picture. I'll probably put it on my story tonight. But we have two. We have like one little fat frog and then one like smaller frog. And she named, I can't remember which one. She named one of them Hank. And I was like, no, it's Ralph. And she was like, no, the other one's Ralph. And I was like, there's another one. And then like, if you find the one that's always in pretty much the same spot, if you look towards the grass, he has a little hole dug under the sidewalk, and he lives in there. He just kind of hangs out like that. I named him Ralph. And apparently Ralph is a girl. She found out the other day because now they're shacked up. They used to like, Hank used to live over here, like where like the trash can is, and then Ralph used to live right like off the sidewalk in front of the door. And she was like, "Yeah, so I guess Ralph's a girl." I was like, "Well, I mean, Ralph's a pretty unisex name, so."
So either that's a girl, or you have a couple of.
Or they could be roommates even. Yeah, I thought I was like, I mean, we don't know. Maybe they were courting, or maybe it's just like a platonic thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're both dudes, just roommates, or maybe they're lovers, whatever, but they're cool. And they watch the house. So
Right on, dude. Yeah. That's pretty interesting.
Pretty important news.
I kind of want to we need to figure out what attracts frogs and build them like a little frog house.
That would be cool, like an asylum almost.
Yeah,
we could
wouldn't that be dope?
Monetize that too, like charge rent somehow.
To the frogs?
Yeah.
Do you think it's true if a frog pees on you, you get a wart?
I don't know. Well, so it's one of them things where like I may not think that, but I'm not gonna let a frog piss on me. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get any warts. Even if I don't think that, it's like so ingrained in my head. It's like the Pledge of Allegiance. I know that, whole entire thing, and then I know that you get warts from frog pee.
Yep.
Even if it's not true, it's just been told that.
True story.
I've been told that, ever since.
Yeah.
Growing up in the South.
Pretty much.
But who knows, to be honest. I actually told her today, I was like, I feel guilty eating Thanksgiving dinner. We had steaks, by the way. It was pretty damn good.
Sweet.
My girlfriend cooked some fire steaks. But I was like, I feel bad eating, like, food and then not feeding Hank and Ralph because they, like, literally work for us. They, like, watch the house, But,
man, what do frogs eat?
I don't know, because at first I was like, crickets. But then that's another button we need.
Yeah.
Crickets. So if we ask a question,
crickets.
And they're like, so
crickets.
Like, all right. Can you just like drag it over to the button?
I don't know that I can do that. I can download any sound and set it. Frogs eat. What do frogs eat? Pet MD. Like they did a whole
frogs.
Oh, so we don't even know what kind of frogs you have.
I think these are toads. Oh.
You think they're toads?
I don't know if I may have posted about this, but it may have been before you were on my friends list. One of the frogs pooped on our porch.
Frogs don't poop, bro.
You haven't seen frog poop? Toad poop?
No, bro.
Go ahead and Google that. Toad poop.
Toad poop?
Yeah. Toad poop. I didn't think it was a real thing.
This is not.
But it like just happened. Yeah, that's the metal band, dude. So my
check this out.
distribution, I need to get it sorted out. because
Yeah, if you go here,
yeah, it goes to the metal band. It's so like that could be fucking me. Although honestly, whenever I upload anywhere one of my songs that's already been distributed, I monetize it and not them. So I could just have my own. I can make my own official channel.
well, so this has 641 views, so it's not a lot. But
Right.
if this had, let's just say, 1 million views,
That would be a big deal, and I would need to get that sorted out.
Yeah. yeah,
Yeah, I was doing the math the other day, and if let's say on this new single, if I were to get 3 million views, that would be right at like 10K to me. That's just off Spotify. So if I got 3 million views on each platform, I can't even tell you. That'd be a lot. Like they were saying for God's Plan by Drake, the amount of money that he made off that was insane. Because every platform was over, I think. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, and like,
I've seen this a lot.
yeah,
I didn't know it was toad
it's
poop.
big though. It like, all right. Full disclosure, Hank is about like that big around probably.
Okay,
He's the bigger of the frogs.
like $half
The poop
size.
was like that big. I'm not lying. Yeah, whenever I first Googled it, there was a video of this dude literally filming a toad live action poop, and it was really awkward because like you can hear the dude's breath, and all of a sudden
This
he said
dude
under his
measured the
breath-
toad poop. They took a picture of the toad poop next to a tape. Oh, what is that?
Yeah, it was probably that same video. The dude
not
was
watching
like
that.
you could hear the
Oh,
breath, and he was
no
like,
way.
"Oh, it stinks." I was like, "What do you
It's
think?"
weird, bro.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
that
I
close.
can't be a part of that. That's totally
toad poop. I
yeah.
keep saying
Toad
frog
poop
but
is
it's
totally
toad poop.
gross. I cannot be a part of that. All right, let's see what Best Buy has on Black Friday for headphones. Let's see what the deal is because we have got to be able to do the calls.
Yeah.
So let's the regular.
My girl just said that my song releases in 27 minutes. If everything goes according to plan, it'll be released in 27. So I'm pretty sure I set it up for this time zone, 12 o'clock.
So
11.
there's no
or-
pre-link for that, like a link that
There
we
was,
can.
but no, I don't have a fan base like that.
Okay.
The fan base that I have would be on Spotify already. So
Gotcha.
if they don't already follow me, I don't have a different way to reach them that I
Okay.
know of. But
We gotcha.
that's where, if you're with a big label, that's where all that marketing budget comes in. They get it in front of your eyes and your face, or at least the knowledge. I don't
Yeah.
know.
We'll need to look into that. See if we can get some. I might be able to
Yeah, 'cause
get some advice.
I'm about to work on another song too that I can probably put out pretty quickly, especially hooking the mic up through my my interface.
Mhm.
I could probably just self-release, like not have to go to a studio. I can send it off to get mixed, I'm sure.
Okay.
By my buddy Justin Rich out in Pensacola. He's the man as far
So,
as mixing, mastering. And
There
all
are
that shit.
some local studios that are pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to check those out too. Like either way, I do want to make a relationship with local.
So the one of the guys that a lot of local people are using, and I think that he does recording, is 40 ounce. I don't know, it's
sounds
40 ounce
familiar.
productions maybe.
I think I just saw that on the gas pump over on.
Yeah, so
52.
he's like a lot of 40 ounce productions.
Stickers.
So a lot of people speak highly of
Yeah.
40 ounce productions. I have friends that work with this. Actually, right there, that's Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
That's the dude next to him. That's Big City. This is Mason Jar Music. They're a local group that have just in the last couple of years have just shot up. They did there was like a battle of the bands, and they just kept winning.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
just kept winning. I believe they just did like the Pack or something. It's the North Charleston Coliseum. It's like a bigger
Oh.
venue. I think they just did like the Pack or
That's
something. It's
dope.
pretty. Oh, dude, totally. I'll try to get you in touch with 40 though and see maybe
Yeah,
we
that'd be
can.
cool. Because
'cause-
whenever I do record, full disclosure, if someone's listening to this that I might work with on that front, I try to be completely ready before Justin can vouch for me too. Jay Rich, I went in there and pretty much had to write a little bit, but I just had him loop it a couple bars, then I was already in and out. Most of it was just me doing ins and outs later on. Like, that's most of the time. He was so proficient with his stuff, and that's what I loved about it. So I know, like, whenever I go back to Pensacola, even just for a guest spot, I'm definitely gonna record with him again because that was a really nice experience. He's got a super nice little place out there, and it was comfortable.
Right on.
My girl was even there chilling, throwing out some ideas.
Chillaxing.
Yeah.
Getting it in. I was trying to figure out the reach that we have. So
Live right now.
So we've had 479 people reached.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's cool.
Yeah.
247 engagements. But I would imagine that's probably so we have 110 comments. So I don't know the 247 engagements. I don't know if that's people that have stopped in and left. I don't know.
Be, yeah, like
we'll need to
the ghosts or whatever.
Yeah, we'll need to look into that. Figure it out. So we're at 539 people have liked 60 Foot the podcast. Actually, we just got another one, Jeff Smith, Eli Sturgeon. Yeah. So by the second, we're getting more likes. So we're it still says 539. It's a phone behind us.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's the wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's watching it.
For some reason, I was like, "You have a phone on the wall?" Because I thought you were pointing to like what you. That's
yeah, bro, it's right there.
Age. That's like.
Yeah, it's the wife in the next room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you everybody who have liked it. If you're watching this, thank you. Considering we're this far in the video, but we're live, so I guess any second could jump in. Yeah. So thanks.
Are you into RC racing?
Am I?
Like a friend of yours?
So this is Bobby Gately. He's a big stereo guy in California.
Yeah.
I'm not in RC car racing, but I totally could be.
I wanted to get into it.
Check that out.
That's dope. What are
super
B2s?
Dope. B2 is it's just a woofer brand that's becoming pretty popular. But
yeah.
So this is so his boxes are built. So this is my truck. Yeah, this is an F series. So this is like an F350, F250 or something like that. Mm-hmm. You literally like order, say I'm going to put 6 woofers. He sends you the box and a little seat lift kit. Your seat lifts like an inch or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's manufacturing these things. But his stuff is crazy. His craftsmanship. His craftsmanship is crazy. But I actually have an interview with him where I'll be doing a phone call. So hopefully we'll be able to test that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Soon. So yeah, we're gonna interview with Bobby Gately. That is something I'm really looking forward to. I've been a bass head and into car audio for a long time. Another one is Jimmy from Mean Mug Pistons. You'll probably really appreciate this. Being an artiste, this dude is a success story. So COVID, didn't treat the body shop that he was working at very well. Obviously, things got a little slow. Yeah. And dude had been taking pipe and turning like faces and like little tiki things out of it.
Yeah.
Started doing it with pistons.
That's cool.
And it has taken
Does he
off.
polish them after, or does he have to like start with polish?
So oh shit, that was sorry.
No, you're good. That was a full experience.
So yeah, no
cool.
joke. So yeah, he's polishing them after the fact.
Yeah.
So I actually have one of these on order. And I'm going to give one away. So
that's cool.
If you guys haven't checked out Mean Mug Pistons, you need to. Super dope. So those are 2 people that are up and coming interviews. I reached out to Texas Speed and Performance. I think I'll probably get that interview, but that's a pretty big performance company in Texas, obviously.
The more you get too, like, the easier it'll be because you'll be more established,
Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess let's wrap it up because you got about 17 minutes left before the song reveal.
Yeah, I gotta go prepare for nothing.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go watch some Ink Master with my girlfriend. Even though I rag on that show.
There is a show on Netflix called The Repair Shop.
Is it
that you have to watch.
Tattooing?
Not at all.
Oh.
Not at all. It's a show based out of the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Where they just fix old things. I don't know if like all British shows are like this. It is the happiest show ever. The lady's like, I have a box of bits. It used to be a clock. It was my mother's clock.
Oh my
And then the dude's
God.
like, oh, it's just a box of bits. And then he like puts it
That would get
together.
on my nerves almost.
Oh, dude, you don't understand. So like puts his clock together, and it's like this beautiful clock, and he like polishes each gear. And it was just so happy because like all our shows suck.
Yeah.
You know, they're like,
We're always on the verge of like mental breakdown.
yeah, like I think I'm gay. I want to kill myself, and I want to blow up a school and suicide and blah.
Yeah.
And over there, they're like, I have a box of bits. Here's my clock. I'll
Super
fix the
happy
clock.
about it.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Me bolts and bits.
Yeah, it's just a little box of bits.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, you guys. I love you guys. Share it, please. Like and share. Again, Chris Theriault at Heart Casket on Instagram.